got them as a top 5 team.
20-plus wins in the past 8 consecutive years is quite a feat.
We're underway. Miami gets the opening tap, and right to the basket they go, and they score just like that right off the bat. Jada Patrick takes the opening tap and puts Miami in front 2-0.
And when Jada Patrick is aggressive, great things happen for the University of Miami.
She's coming off a very good game against Notre Dame where she scored 15 points on 5 of 11 shooting. Miami off to a 2-0 start. We're just underway at the Watsco Center. Delight you're with us. James has it, being watched there by Day-Wilson. That's a 3-pointer from the left wing. Zoe Brooks hits the 3. We just spoke about her in our opening.
Absolutely. The McDonald All-American, all-everything, you know, top 4 from ESPN for guards and number 9 in the nation. I mean, she just can go.
Only her 9th 3 of the season. Roberts for Williams. On to Day-Wilson, free throw line extended. Jalea Williams in traffic. Has it deflected away, and Mimi Collins away with it for North Carolina State and gets it right back.
What's going to be key for Miami is to just play their game. And what they do well, they're going to have to continue to do that.
Wilson going as fast as her feet will take her and puts it up and in.
I mean, NC State sort of just gave that one to Miami, but we know that Miami's offense is their defense, is their transition. And so you'll see a lot of up and back, and you'll see a lot of defensive pressure, you know, from the Hurricanes.
Hurricanes 37 more steals than their opponents this year. 165 steals coming into the game. Patrick had a notion, throws it inside for Oldacre. Oldacre, after one dribble, loses it. Brooks goes the other way. Tough shot inside the left block for Hayes, and got it in a foul. Mimi Collins with a second opportunity, very gladly accepts that second chance. Foul is on Roberts.
Rebounding is going to be very important for the Miami Hurricanes. You know, this Miami team can get to the boards. At least 6 different times this season so far, a different Hurricane has led the team in rebounding.
On the missed free throw, Rivers comes away with it for North Carolina State. We got a 5-4 lead. Shot clock down to 5. James on the move, no good. And Miami getting out hustle for the rebound again. A third chance for North Carolina State, but that time it's a shot clock violation. Isaiah James can't get the shot off. She's averaging almost 15 points a game.
Well, that was a desperation shot. Miami did a great job defensively in that possession. They understand that the bigs are going to be huge in being able to pressure those guards, because you have to have that second line of defense there to support you.
Day-Wilson moves it to Williams on the left wing toward the baseline. Day-Wilson right back to Jalea Williams. The jumper for Jalea Williams is good. It's a 3-pointer.
And that is a part of Jalea's game that she has expanded. She's not really a shoot first type of athlete, but she has really worked in the offseason on her shot with the ability to comfortably knock down that great penetration and kick by Day-Wilson.
There's another look at it. Her 7th 3 of the year out of the corner.
But when she shoots them, she makes them count, so.
Barely scraped the iron to that one. 7 for 20 now from 3-point range. Here's Day-Wilson for Miami. Hurricanes 2-point leader. Right now we're 4th ranked North Carolina State. We're just underway. Roberts usually plays big in the big games. Gets it back from Oldacre. Roberts on the pull-up, got it.
Oh, everything seems to be meshing right now for the Hurricanes. Very exciting to see. Some key pieces are falling into place.
Roberts also coming off a tough game against Notre Dame. Scored just 2 points. James on the drive and bank, and it won't go. A tussle for the rebound, and we're going to have a jump ball. The possession arrow on the alternating possession is in favor of North Carolina State.
And look at Oldacre in the paint right here, allowing Roberts to apply pressure because they know that someone is going to be there. And when you run into Oldacre, you run into a wall.
Steele will come in. Lacey Steele. Westmore going to his bench. Les Steele will come in. Isaiah James will get a rest. On the inbounds, another takeaway by Miami. Hurricanes, that's what they excel at, taking the ball away. Now Brooks trying to get it away from Patrick. And we've got another jump ball. This time it favors Miami.
You know, Miami has forced 4 turnovers in the first 4 minutes of this first quarter, while only having 1 of their own. And we've seen Miami struggle sometimes with taking care of the basketball, but they seem to be very focused and understanding. You know, I heard an interview that Katie had, and just saying how, you know, this Miami team has to take this game bit by bit in increments of small minutes in order to become successful.
Oldacre traveled on that one. Miami did take the ball away from Jackson State 19 times here a couple of weeks ago.
Miami could be a very, very scrappy team defensively and just applying heavy pressure. And that's where a lot of their success comes from.
9-5 Miami. Long 3 on the way, off the heel, comes off hard. Rebounded by Brooks. Rivers for 3 straight on and got a friendly bounce.
Yeah, she didn't even think about that one. She saw it through and held that follow through and went straight in.
Number 3 player coming out of the class of 2021. Her 9th 3 of the season. Roberts in the lane for Miami, and Roberts connects. That's 4 for Roberts.
Her ability to get to the paint and just rise above the defender, and that is her go-to. That is her drive. Putting her head down, going strong to the basket, and just rising above. We have witnessed magical moments from Jasmyne Roberts.
Hayes has it on the wing. Rivers another long 3. Collins getting position for the rebound. Make that Hayes for the rebound. Another jump ball. This one goes in favor of North Carolina State. That brings us to our first timeout of this high-level ACC game. 5 minutes to go. First quarter, it's Miami 11 and 4th-ranked North Carolina State 8.
Greatness is a feeling, a moment, a choice, unrelenting, a team effort. Greatness is accomplishing on this field and this one. Greatness is more than winning the game. It's changing it. Greatness is what we do. Accomplish greatness.
The warp rift is expanding. All worlds within the Calaxian Veil will be consumed.
This difficulty demands a specialist, an ease specialist.
Yeah, that's me. Geico makes it easy to get coverage for what you care about. Cars, apartments, jewelry. Jewelry?
And what about the warp rift?
I've got you. There you go.
Dust in the cartridge.
Goonie.
From cars to renters to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
Look what I've just made. The perfect pearl.
Not too bad, but check this out.
Whoa, a true Venus clam.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Sea Blue Edition with the taste of Juneberry. Wings for every taste.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff. So try our newest Cheesy Calzone Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza. Made with a blend of ricotta and mozzarella hand-stuffed into that Papa John's fresh, never frozen, original dough. Get it for a limited time only at Papa John's.
The moment I loved our Subaru Outback most was the moment they walked away from it.
Mom! Oh, thank goodness.
And that's why our family will only drive a Subaru.
Subaru. More IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than any other brand. Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Miami and North Carolina State meeting for the 28th time. North Carolina State has won the last 6. Miami leads this series here in Coral Gables, but Miami's last win was in 2018. 52-48.
Yeah, you know, the last time that they played almost was exactly a year from today's date, and it was only a 10-point game. So these games have been decided by a very close margin. So we can expect this to go down to the wire.
Rivers from the elbow, got it to go. They met in the ACC championship game, ACC tournament championship game a couple of years ago. Jalea Williams connects left with Day-Wilson. Roberts has company and then turns it over. Away with it is Rivers. Sanaya Rivers, long pass. Oh, Williams goes for the steal on the pull-up and it rims out. A miss by Brooks, and Day-Wilson takes it out for Miami. And lets it fly. It's a three-pointer.
You can count that when she's feeling it, and that is her shot. A lot of coaches would not like that pull-up three-pointer in transition, but Katie Meyer knows that she can knock that down, and she does that consistently.
23rd three of the season, has taken 63. Collins skips across the iron. Roberts down with a good rebound for Miami, and Williams wants to run. Day-Wilson has it back. Another triple try off the heel. Rebound comes right down to steal for North Carolina State. And now Rivers has it up the right side. Rivers has it poked away. And another jump ball, and this one favors Miami on the alternating possession.
It's like our third jump ball just in the first quarter. Both teams added, both teams want that basketball, and both teams refusing to be denied for those 50-50 balls. I love to see it.
3:35 to play first quarter. Day-Wilson at 11 points against Notre Dame. Lattimore off to Day-Wilson. Gets to the free throw line. Now Jalea Williams made a three earlier out of the corner. Roberts lets it fly. Good, another three.
You know, as a Hurricane fan, when you can get Jasmyne Roberts going in the first quarter, the odds are in your favor to win these basketball games. And so Miami's not really playing with a lot of pressure right now. They're not the number 4 ranked team in the country. They're playing loose, they're playing relaxed, and they are giving North Carolina State quite the challenge.
Hurricanes are 7th in the ACC in three-point field goal percentage. 6th in the ACC in three-pointers made per game at 6. They've already made 3 on the floor again. Scrapping is Wilson. Ball's loose. Roberts reaching in. Lattimore reaching in. State has it. Brooks on the move. 5 to shoot. The drive and float by Brooks. No good. It's rebounded by Lattimore for Miami. On to Williams. Williams moving quickly down the floor. Dashes to the free throw line and below. Back out to Day-Wilson. Moves it left to Roberts. Miami a 7-point leader. Roberts on the drive and banks it in.
NC State has absolutely no answer for Jasmyne Roberts in the first quarter. She has 9 points with 2 minutes left, locked in and just ready to play.
Roberts has had some of her biggest moments in the biggest games. Last home game, she scored 21 for Miami. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Driving layup by Rivers is no good. Hit the bottom of the basket.
I think that was a block party. We talked about swipes and blocks. We know Miami, with their 3 big players that they have, does a great job in blocking shots. I think we're going to probably see a change of defense from NC State because the man-to-man doesn't seem to be working right now. They're going to have to do something in order, you know, to adjust to Miami's high-power offense.
James has it in the key. Lots of company. Going to be a foul, I believe, on Patrick.
Just a little too aggressive. Didn't give her a chance to come back over. But I'll take that if I'm a coach.
Here's another look at it. 3 Hurricane jerseys right there. Inbounds for Collins. Rivers on the wing. Lobs it into Collins. Collins trying to back down into the lane. Picks up a foul on Spearman. Take that back on Williams.
Yeah, as a guard, when you're digging in there and you kind of get your hand in there to help your post player out, sometimes you kind of get a piece of the arm.
Hayes hooks it up there, no good. And Williams has the rebound for Miami. Looks for an exit route. Williams on the move, top of the circle. Connects with Hilton. Hilton on the drive, and it won't go. Offensive rebound for Miami. Up and in, Spearman got it. North Carolina State needs a timeout.
How about the Miami Hurricanes on a good Thursday at 6 p.m. came to defend their home court on the at the Watsco Center.
It's a 12-2 run for Miami in Coral Gables.
Looks like you won something there.
Yeah, I ditched my tax guy and switched to H&R Block. I feel like a tax champion.
Is that easy?
So much more convenient. I just walked in, met with an expert, or a pro can do your taxes online. And with their upfront, transparent pricing, I knew the price before I even began.
I've never won anything in my whole life.
You should make the switch. There's still time, Todd.
Have an H&R Block Tax Pro do your taxes in person or online. It's better with Block.
It's a 12-2 run for the University of Miami. North Carolina State has missed 7 of their last 8 shots, and the Hurricanes Tamara have taken advantage of that on a 12-2 run. Conversely, if you're North Carolina State and Coach Westmore right in front of us, he's got a great team. What are they looking at here in the final 120 of the first quarter? We got a long way to go.
NC State has to slow the Hurricanes down. They have to slow Miami down. Miami is best when they're out and when they're running and when they're in transition and when they're applying defense. And so if I'm the NC State's coach, I am going to have to slow Miami down.
Dwyer in the game now for Miami. Brooks goes left, Dwyer right there. Looks Miami has gone into a zone here, right? Off the baseline, that jumper is no good. Offensive rebound for North Carolina State. In a lot of traffic, no good by Hayes. Here comes Day-Wilson into the forecourt for Miami. And an offensive foul on Miami, I believe. Spearman with an illegal screen.
I don't know. That was a touchy call.
Yeah. Brooks being shadowed by Dwyer every inch of the way. Brooks into the lane. Down low for Collins. Misses. Goes over the right side of the rim. Bounces off the left. Here's Dwyer with it for Miami with 34 seconds to go. 10-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Dwyer is on the move. Left of the key. Inside for Spearman. And got a blocking foul on North Carolina State.
But what a great execution by this Miami offense. You know, they got the play call from Katie. They executed it. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and they got exactly the shot they wanted to get.
James guilty of the foul. Spearman to the line for Miami. 42% this year, 15 of 35, as Stedman checks in. First one for Spearman, rattles in and out.
Miami shooting 75% from the field goal compared to 21% from NC State, and we see the difference in the score.
Spearman misses both free throws, very capable putting together a big game, a double-double against Mississippi State and Alabama State, but misses both free throws. Final 9 seconds of the first quarter. Rivers shadowed by Dwyer. 5 seconds to go. Rivers trying to get loose. On the right wing and a 3-ball in the air. No good at the end of the quarter. Out of the right corner. Well contested by Miami. The 3 on a miss by Virginia Tech and Notre Dame. They're both capable of going to the Final Four, as well as Louisville.
Absolutely, and so when you see that 1 and 4, you can't look at it like Miami's not playing anyone. The ACC is one of the strongest conferences when it comes to women's basketball, when you can see that you have in the ACC so many top-ranked teams.
First possession of the second quarter. James takes the ball away for North Carolina State. Now Rivers has it from Wilmington, North Carolina, transfer from South Carolina. Into the corner for Hayes. Top of the circle for Brooks. Left side for Hayes. At the elbow, Rivers. Outside for three, no good. Rebound down to Dwyer for Miami. Patrick, Dwyer once more. Dwyer works it to Roberts. Into Spearman. In on Collins underneath the basket and scores. That was a nice quick move by Spearman.
Oh, way to trust your post player. Jasmyne Roberts had the ball. Spearman was begging for the ball. She said, I got this, and just took her time and made a great move to the basket.
That might be a matchup Miami wants to revisit. Spearman went right by Collins. Here's Rivers on the pull-up. That's good. Beautiful shot by Sanaya Rivers. She has 6. Pure as can be.
Rivers has been mostly the player that has had the bulk of the offense for NC State.
33 points earlier this year against UConn. Guilty of the foul is Isaiah James. That's her second. James got the elbow in there on Roberts.
And as a good offensive player, you know when someone is being a little too close to you, you get extra aggressive for that call.
Spearman has it, looking at Collins. On the wraparound, it's Williams. Now Dwyer, stutter step move into the lane, very nicely done, and scores.
What a highlight, a whoop-de-woo type of layup. I think she might have surprised herself. You know what? She didn't surprise herself because she does that often.
Dwyer had 9 points against Notre Dame on 4 of 7 shooting. Nice spin move and in and out. Basket was unkind to James. There's a steal, heads up play for North Carolina State. Rivers on the drive, no good. Follow-up is up and in. Nice job on the follow-up by James.
Miami is the biggest threat right now to this Miami team is the fact that NC State has 10 offensive rebounds in just the start of the second quarter.
Until that basket, James was hitless from the field, 0 for 5. 9 on the shot clock for Miami. It's Williams. Cross court for Dwyer. Dwyer on the drive and pulls up. Got it.
Oh, she is feeling it today.
Dwyer had 8 points against Virginia Tech on 4 of 8 shooting. 4 points tonight, 27-14 lead. Miami a 27-14 leader. 7:13 to go in the first half here in Coral Gables. Hayes for Rivers. Connects with James and lets it go. Down with the rebound for Miami is Spearman. Here comes Dwyer. Through the center, jump circle for Miami. 3 ball on the way by Patrick. That's off target, and Spearman comes flying in for the rebound. Spearman is really active here tonight.
What did I talk to you about earlier, Joe, before the game started? I said a lot of Miami's success is going to be predicated upon the bigs and how they play and how active they are on the boards and how they are in help defense. And you've seen all of that so far. And this is why, a major reason why we see Miami up 13.
Spearman, it's as if she has hydraulic pistons in her legs tonight.
Well, Spearman can get up there. I don't think she's fully coming to her own yet, but she has a ton of potential.
Lizzie Williamson, who's appeared in 11 games this season for NC State, has checked in. Shot clock at 5 for Roberts. Roberts hasn't been bashful tonight. Misses from behind the elbow and a foul on Dwyer.
Just pursuing the basketball, just in pursuit of the basketball.
Maddie Cox has also entered the fray for North Carolina State. She's played in 16 games this season. Had 6 points against Kentucky. First basket of her career as a freshman was against UConn. Out of the backcourt comes Brooks, shouted by Williams. On to Cox. On the drive along the baseline, that's a tough shot. Williamson on the rebound from the James miss. Back out to Rivers. 13-point Miami lead in Coral Gables. Rivers on the move. Bounces it down low, and hitting below the backboard was James.
Rivers missed James, I'm sorry. Right there open in the corner.
Patrick, a triple try. Won't fall and trickles out of play. The ball belongs to North Carolina State with just under 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Miami is shooting 66%, 12 out of 18 from the floor. North Carolina State, ice cold. They've started off in a drought, 6 for 28, 21% so far.
Well, we could say, they're ice cold because of the weather and how that's been, Joe. And we know every other part of the U.S. does not feel like Miami right now.
Every place else is the frozen tundra. Not here. Cox inside for Williamson, poked away by Lattimore. Day-Wilson returns for Miami, and Williams will get a rest.
Miami will stay in the man-to-man underneath.
Brooks brings it into Rivers. Rivers toward the baseline and is fouled. Tough shot there and a tough foul on Stedman.
That is a tough shot, and I don't like that matchup for Stedman. Rivers is very, very athletic, and Stedman did a great job contesting the shot, just got her a little bit on her elbow.
Rivers on the line for 2 shots. First one is up there and good. She has a beautiful shot.
Rivers has definitely come to play. 9 points.
Over 70% this year on the free throw line. Day-Wilson from Dwyer. Right back to Dwyer. Triple try, high, arching three is good.
Oh, and she already knew it was going in. As an athlete, you can feel certain shots that are going in. Everything seems to be going the right way for this Miami team.
Zoe Brooks, a runner along the baseline. Dwyer hit her 10th three of the season. The trailer is Roberts. Roberts to Stedman and connects with Day-Wilson. Day-Wilson searching, looking inside, moves it right side to Roberts. Roberts lets it go, no good. Battle for the rebound, it comes out to Dwyer. Roberts for 3. Too strong. Lattimore keeps it alive, and Day-Wilson runs it down in the corner. Dwyer, nice shot fake. Dwyer in the lane is fouled, and boy, has she been active here tonight.
I like the fact that she could have shot that 3, but the Hurricanes had just missed 3 threes, and so she decided, you know what, let me shot fake, because they're knowing I'm going to shoot it and take it to the basket.
Dwyer had 9 against Notre Dame, 7 tonight on that 3. Miami with a 30-18 lead.
Is a new title really necessary?
Sir, after bestowing the gift of renting ease to millions, a bump is in order.
Okay, let's see. Oh, hey, what's this?
Lord of the Lease.
I'm not a hat person.
Yeah, no. Emperor of Renterers.
That's funny, no.
Rentar the Trusted.
I don't like it.
Oh, okay. Master of the Rental Sphere.
Wow. Oh, is it too much? Apartments.com, a place to find a place.
Someone in this room stole my autographed basketball, signed by the 1948 All-Star team. So I've called in a specialist, an ease specialist.
Okay, let's start with what we do know. Geico makes it easy to bundle coverage for your car and home. Yeah, even precious sports memorabilia.
What a relief. Let's get back to charades.
But I was also going to crack the case.
Well?
I'm pretty sure it's true. Me?
It's easy to bundle your home and car. It's easy to Geico.
Look what I've just made. The perfect pearl.
Not too bad, but check this out.
Whoa, a true Venus clam.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Sea Blue Edition, with the taste of Juneberry. Wings for every taste.
What's better than a cheesy bite? cheese in every bite. That's why we invented stuffed crust pizza, topped and stuffed with almost a pound of cheese. There's only one original, the original stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
The moment I loved our Subaru Outback most was the moment they walked away from it.
Mom! Oh, thank goodness.
And that's why our family will only drive a Subaru.
Subaru. More IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than any other brand. Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Headline maker for Miami tonight, Jasmyne Roberts. 9 points, 3 rebounds. She loves the big stage and has played well here tonight and has staked Miami to a 12-point lead midway through the second quarter.
You know, Jasmyne Roberts is not shy. She's not shy of the moment. You know, she's carried this team, especially last year, all the way to the Elite Eight. She averages 10.9 points and already has 9 right here. So she's already almost at her average, and we can expect to see more big things from her tonight.
Lattimore in the handoff for Dwyer on the drive and knocked away by North Carolina State. I believe Steele got a piece of that one. Miami left 13 seconds on the shot clock. Roberts, Dwyer, Stedman, Day-Wilson, and Lattimore for Miami. Collins, Cox, Rivers, Steele, and Brooks for North Carolina State. Lattimore above the elbow. Day-Wilson behind Lattimore. Got it to go. Well done. Highly executed again.
And she should really give Lattimore a high five and a pat on the back, because it is because of the great screen that she set that Day-Wilson was able to get her shot off.
Miami shooting 60%. Collins in the lane, comes up short. Lattimore with a good rebound for Miami, and they're going to call a travel. She came down with a rebound and then lost her footing. They call the travel.
I don't know if they were looking for a foul call, but let's see. Well, that's a travel.
Couldn't hold on to her footing. Went on roller skates.
I mean, great pursuit of the ball. Great pursuit of giving, you know, of just going out and pursuing that basketball, but kind of can't fall with it.
Rivers for Collins, then Brooks. Badgered by Day-Wilson. Day-Wilson tries to stay with Brooks on the drive, and float is good to go. Boy, did Zoe Brooks work hard on that one.
Zoe Brooks is a handful. She is very relentless, and so if you're guarding Zoe Brooks, you can't stop at the first move or the second move, heck, or even the third or fourth move.
McDonald's All-American. 12-point lead for Miami. Here in Coral Gables, Day-Wilson's had a good game so far. 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Had a notion for a 3-ball behind the 3-point line. Triple try on the way. That grazed the front of the rim. Now with a good rebound for North Carolina State is Rivers. On to Brooks. Brooks gets it out to Steele. Cut off by Roberts, then Brooks, then Rivers. Now Collins. Left corner 3 is good.
Still, she's having trouble shooting twos. She'll just pull you out to the 3.
That's 5 for Collins. She averages 10.9. Roberts comes to a jump stop and scores off the pivot. $11 for Roberts. On the other end, last touch by Miami. Here comes Spearman. How about the game of Roberts so far? We keep talking about it, but showing an array of moves.
You know, we know she has a full catalog ready to show you, and you know, sometimes I like to say she's not aggressive enough because I know what she is capable of, but she's definitely understand what she needed to bring here tonight to this game, and she's brought it. Plus tax.
Hurricanes force a travel on Collins. Defense collapsed around Collins. Turnover for North Carolina State. State ranked 4th in the country. Right now, Miami with a 34-23 lead, but that's a very, very good North Carolina State team. They've seen it all. Dwyer just beyond the elbow, no good. Easy rebound for North Carolina State's Maddie Cox. Left side, Rivers. Now Brooks looking inside for Collins. Collins has it. Tough shot in traffic, got it, and a foul. I was just about to say, if you're Miami, you gotta be thinking about closing out this final 2:13, right? You want to win the remainder of this half. And if you're North Carolina State, if you pull it off here in the final 2:13, you take the momentum with you into the locker room.
Absolutely. If you are North Carolina State, you're looking for some piece of momentum, something to get your team going, something to go in and be able to celebrate of what they are doing well. And for Miami, they have to hold on to this lead. This is a very dangerous NC State team that can definitely fill it up.
Collins good on the three-point play in her 49th game for North Carolina State. A transfer from Maryland brings NC State within 8. 34-26 with just over 2 minutes to go in the first half in Coral Gables. Inside jumper, no good. Rebound by Dwyer. Day-Wilson has it for Miami. Wilson on the pull-up, good!
I just saw her eyes light up when she saw that she had that mismatch. And boy, is she dangerous in that mid-range section.
2 more for Wilson, 9 in the game. Along the baseline, that will not fall for North Carolina State steal. Canes race the other way. What a move by Dwyer, tries to bank it in, tumbles off the iron. And a foul on North Carolina State. Let's take another look here.
Oh, nice little double cross. Dwyer has given some quality minutes.
Dwyer 7 points, 4 rebounds in 10 minutes. And we'll bring it in for Miami. With 90 seconds to go in the half, Spearman holding. She's played well. Brooks lost her glasses. Nice bounce pass. Oh, what a play! Dwyer to a breaking experiment who lays it up and in.
Pass from Lashae Dwyer. Oh, she's ready.
That was a thing of beauty right there. A heavenly pass by Dwyer right through traffic.
And if you're Spearman, way to move without the ball. Not just watch your guards make and create, but to move without the ball. And you can tell that Katie Meyer works on moving without the ball and being able to bail your teammates out all the time.
Spearman, the number 26 recruit in the country, finishes off the three-point play, and Miami has a 13-point lead. 39-26 over the 4th-ranked Wolfpack of North Carolina State. That one's good from the left side.
Miami has to find an answer for Rivers.
Second 3 of the game for Rivers. Rivers with 12. There's Patrick in the lane on the drive and float. That's 4 for Patrick, averaging 8 points a game. Had 15 against Notre Dame. Did not score against Virginia Tech. Final 38 seconds. That one comes up short, and Williams wants to run for Miami. Has Dwyer out in front. Drag race to the rim, and Dwyer's going to win for Miami.
Oh, you can forget it. When the Maserati and the Porsches out there, you're not going to catch those two going down in a fast break situation in transition.
22 seconds to play in the half. 43-29 lead for Miami. State will hold for the final shot of the half. Rivers is holding. Rivers 4 for 8 with 12 points. 9 seconds to go. Glides to the left side, sets up Collins on a triple try. That's good with 3 seconds to play.
Oh, that's great composure from NC State to hit exactly what they wanted from that possession. And way to go into the locker room with a three-pointer.
Big shot by Mimi Collins, but Miami here in the second half.
I would change my defense. I would have to adjust in what Miami is doing. And so I would change my defense to try to slow them down and stay out of the paint. When you look at paint points, Miami has 24, and NC State only has 8.
Third quarter underway. Collins finished the first half with a 3. Here's a right wing 3 that is no good. I believe that was James on the miss, and now Williams has it for Miami. Roberts for Day-Wilson. Had a very good first half. And Day-Wilson traveled, being guarded by Sanaya Rivers.
Everyone's looking a little confused at that, but I think her foot might have lifted just a little bit, or maybe it was just a really good fake. She faked us all out.
Now Brooks on the move. Brooks with 7 in the first half. Collins Guarded by Spearman. Cross court for Rivers. Rivers on the pull-up. Jumper for Rivers, no good. Rebounded for Miami by Patrick, and Williams weaves her way through traffic. Day-Wilson with a triple try. Good. Barely disturbed the net.
Ice cold. I mean, don't even think about it. I wish I had that in my repertoire when I was playing basketball, but I never had that amount of just guts. And, you know it's something that she works on because she's so effective at it.
Her season high was 19 at Virginia Tech. James on the pull-up, no good. Rebound, squirts out to Roberts. Roberts going coast to coast with this one, no good. Brooks takes out the rebound and looks for an exit route. Through the center jump circle. On to Collins with a layup, no good, and a foul by Spearman.
Well, and Brooks is really dangerous and very good in the open court as well. We'll take a look at it. Like, how do you defend that? You can't. That's the answer.
There's Collins with the layup and the foul, misses the free throw. Second one coming for Collins, 75% free throw shooter. Earlier this year scored 25 in a game against Virginia on New Year's Eve. 9 for 15.
Collins playing really big for NC State. She's a big presence in there, and she has 12 points. She's been able to score at the three and pull out that, stretch out that Miami defense, as well as be active on the glass and run the floor and get some easy buckets.
Spearman starting the second half for Miami. Away to Roberts. Now Williams against Brooks. 6 to shoot. Nice crossover. Williams gets in the lane. Off the high glass, no good. It's going to be a shot clock violation. She did not hit the rim. I don't think she hit the rim.
I don't know. It was close, but they'll figure it out. They'll probably go and review it, but we're going to review it right now. Let's see.
Backboard, and I don't think it hit the rim.
I don't know. You have to see it from a different angle. I can't see it from that angle.
All right, we'll take a break as they take a look at this. 46-33 Miami.
What even is this? Don't touch my things, gross. Janice, when you bundle your home or renters with your auto, Progressive provides 24/7 protection for almost everything you own. But do you really need my weighted hoop? It's for my snatched waist. It's my dog chaise lounger. Foot treadmill. That's my Tuesday chalice. Purse that says purse. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber. I can't live without oxygen. Solid gold coffee machine. Lake making kit. Really? Can Progressive cover that too? Yes, but... Hi, it's Janice. I'll take 5. Is my voice on TV right now?
Fashion always came easy to me. Then I transitioned to television, and the fashion critics said, play it safe. No bright colors, no chest hair, so I decided to call an audible. Because when I'm around beautiful garments, I'm not creating a look or a style, I'm telling a story. Where do I get my inspiration? A weekend spent with a lumberjack. London's sprawling underworld. It's everywhere if you're listening.
Ignite your imagination. Audible.
Look what I've just made. The perfect pearl.
Not too bad, but check this out.
Whoa, a true Venus clam.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Sea Blue Edition with the taste of Juneberry. Wings for every taste.
We got a Subaru Forest to Wilderness to discover all the places that make us feel something more.
Subaru is the National Park Foundation's largest corporate donor, helping expand access for all.
Could I get the 10-piece chicken McNuggets? Wait, no, Big Mac.
Sir?
I'm still here.
Get one favorite like a Big Mac or 10-piece chicken McNuggets and get another for just $1. Right now at McDonald's.
This is one of the millions of new and used cars you can find on AutoTrader. You can find cars like the ones on your favorite show. Oh no, I bet I can even find the cars in my feed. Sure can.
We're taking a look at the replay, but they've ruled a shot clock violation on Miami in that the ball never hit the rim. Hit the backboard, but went over the front of the rim. That was my view. I could have saved this all about 10 minutes.
I guess that was, it was a media timeout anyway, and so that gave both teams an extra break to be able to adjust, make necessary adjustments after these 2 minutes to see what each other has come out in and how they're going to defend it.
Hurricanes lead at 46-33. They play really well at home. Average 73 points a game at home.
Sometimes it takes some of the best to bring the best out of you. And that's what we're seeing right here tonight, the Watsco Center, with the Miami Hurricanes and NC State.
NC State has the ball. They've got the #4 scoring offense in the league at 79 points a game. Miami's held them so far to 33. Brooks connects with Hayes. Hayes on the move around Lattimore and scores it right into Lattimore.
Oh.
And Miami throws it away.
And Miami's going to have to settle down here and not get too rattled.
Now, is this going to be a turning point for NC State?
Well, that's one thing. Miami just has to keep their composure. They have to continue to do what they've done best and what they've done well at, and which is play Miami basketball. Apply pressure defensively, make your chippies offensively, and then just continue to play loose.
46-35. Hurricanes 11-point leaders. Brooks in the lane. No good, and battle for the rebound, and Lattimore lost it out of bounds.
Spearman has done well on the glass. 7 rebounds. So she's going to have to, with everything she has in her and her might, give the rest of that effort for the second half.
Rivers on the move with 15 to shoot. Collins for 3. Off target, ball squirts out to Patrick for Miami. Patrick has some numbers. Left side to Williams, trailing in her wake, Day-Wilson. And pulls it back out.
You know, the measure of a great point guard is knowing when to run and when to pull it out.
Day-Wilson, a jumper, no good. Collins, or make that Hayes with the rebound. Rivers got bumped by Spearman. You know, you look at NC State's numbers. We'll get to that in a moment. There's the foul by Spearman. James with 2, Hayes with 2. Miami's held 2 of their top players down. James has scored 10 or more points in all but 3 games this season.
You know, she's getting some open looks, but just kind of not going down.
1 for 11 tonight. Oldacre in the game, and State can't get the ball in bounds. That brings us to a timeout. 6:56 to play in a choppy third quarter, and Miami holding on to their lead over 4th-ranked North Carolina State.
All the parts you need at the prices you want. Guaranteed to fit every time. So you can keep your ride or die alive.
The warp rift is expanding. All worlds within the Calaxian Veil will be consumed.
This difficulty demands a specialist, an ease specialist.
Yeah, that's me. Geico makes it easy to get coverage for what you care about. Cars, apartments, jewelry.
Jewelry?
And what about the warp rift?
I've got you. There you go.
Dust in the cartridge.
Goonie.
From cars to renters to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Sea Blue Edition with the taste of Juneberry. Wings for every taste.
The moment I loved our Subaru Outback most was the moment they walked away from it.
Mom! Oh, thank goodness.
And that's why our family will only drive a Subaru.
Subaru. More IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than any other brand. Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff. So try our newest cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust pizza, made with a blend of ricotta and mozzarella, hand stuffed into that Papa John's fresh, never frozen original dough. Get it for a limited time only at Papa John's.
When you stay at a Verbo, the host doesn't stay with you. Because without privacy in your vacation home, it isn't really a vacation, is it?
A lot of dancing, a lot of smiles so far for the Miami Hurricanes as they lead fourth-ranked North Carolina State in the third quarter. Here in Coral Gables, 46-35. Jasmyne Roberts, 11. Day-Wilson with 12 for Miami. Hurricanes shooting 55%. North Carolina State down to 29%.
And they're really having fun out here right now. Trying to hold on to this 11-point lead that they currently have. Doing the little things to remain impactful in this game.
North Carolina State is number 1 in the league in three-point field goal, defensive field goal percentage, holding their opponents to 33%, and Miami's shooting 55% tonight. State with the ball. Collins good with a jumper. 14 for Collins. Oldacre with a screen. Day-Wilson for 3 off the side of the iron. Rivers captures the rebound for North Carolina State. Brooks weaves into the lane and kicks out for James. James with a nice move and tumbles off. Collins, offensive rebound. Back outside, the smooth shooting Rivers lets it go. In and out. Oh, and a tough rebound there. That's Hayes for Brooks. Hayes with great hustle. James left open, back to Brooks with 6 minutes to go in the quarter. James with a shot fake around Oldacre. Up with the left hand, and a scoop to the hoop is good.
The rim has been very tight, and it's been very difficult, and Miami's done a great job so far with James, only holding her to 4 points. They can't let her heat up.
James had a career high of 26 points in the opener.
Seven-point game right now. NC State on a little bit of a run.
We'll stay right here at 30-second timeout. State's on that 7-0 run. And momentum starting to shift into the corner of the Wolfpack.
Well, you know, basketball is a game of runs, and so can Miami withstand this run? I tell you what, they have to be better on the boards, and they're going to have to keep a body near Collins and Rivers. Those are the two that has done the most damage to this Miami defense. Very, very active on the ball, off the ball, with the ball, without the ball, and definitely giving Miami a challenge.
Collins, 14 points, 10 or more points now in 11 games this season. Mentioned on New Year's Eve at 25 points.
Miami switching up things a little bit. Dwyer back in the game. She has provided incredible minutes, very important runs, and huge shots in this contest.
Canes have 11 seconds on the shot clock. Inbounds to Oldacre. Over to Dwyer, real spark plug in the first half for Miami. The shot clock is down to 5. Dwyer's got to move. Shot clock at 3. Off to Roberts at 1. Did she beat the clock? In and out. Offensive rebound. Oldacre has it. Lost it. Miami gets it back. Patrick Roberts for 3 and good.
And the crowd goes wild. What a series of events in that possession.
Roberts played 36 minutes against Louisville. Connects on her 15th three-pointer of the season. And with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, it's a 10-point lead for Miami. Brooks trying to answer right here. Comes up short. Offensive rebound for North Carolina State. Hayes. Back out to Rivers. Pass goes inside, poked away by Miami, and Patrick has it. That was a tough pass. Might have been too ambitious. Williams has it for Miami. Oldacre. Right back to Williams. To the free throw line. Soder step move at the elbow. Roberts, another triple try. Too strong. Long rebound comes down to North Carolina State. Rivers has it. Smoothly glides down the floor, but throws it away. Off of North Carolina State in a turnover.
NC State just not doing a good job right now taking care of the basketball with so many other elements of this Miami team that is causing problems for them. They can't afford to turn the ball over. They only have 8 turnovers, but those have been very crucial turnovers.
Dwyer for Roberts. Roberts with 14. Patrick now on the move. And offensive foul on Miami. Got Oldacre down low.
Not sure if Oldacre is trying to screen. We'll see right now. She's trying to screen and then roll. But then when she kind of keeps moving, she has to stay set until the guard clears that area.
Brooks has it for North Carolina State. Wolfpack only 1 loss this season. That came on a buzzer beater at Virginia Tech. James holding left. Holds the ball above her head. Cross-court pass. Rivers for 3. Lines it up, no good. Oldacre, a good rebound for Miami. Pitches in front to Dwyer. Dwyer drives in and feeds Roberts, trailing in her wake on the right wing. Roberts to the elbow. To Oldacre. Then Williams. 15 to shoot for Miami. Back out to Dwyer. Dwyer with 9 on 4 of 7 shooting. Dwyer does a nice job getting to the rim and gets one more shot.
Okay.
What a play by Dwyer.
She's here. That has been the spark plug. You know, you have to applaud her resilience, Dwyer's resilience. Dwyer's come from being a starter to getting pulled off and coming from the bench, but she has played some of her best minutes coming from the bench.
Started 35 games a year ago, 13 this season. That free throw tumbles off. 11 points for Dwyer. 12-point lead for Miami over 4th-ranked North Carolina State. On the other end, a quick drive by Brooks and draws the foul along the baseline. Oldacre again with a foul. Here's another look at it, Tamara.
You know, I think Jasmyne Roberts missed an opportunity to really go into that help side position, which made Oldacre at the last minute have to sacrifice herself with a foul, and it's only her second, but now we put a very good free throw shooter in Brooks at the free throw line.
Brooks had a triple-double earlier this season, 14 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. That was in her first start. Good on a pair of free throws. I would say that's starting your career with a bang.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll remember that even far after her career is finished there at NC State.
Dwyer jammed up in the backcourt. Williams there to save it. Lofts a pass back to Dwyer. Approaching 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. A 10-point Miami lead over North Carolina State. 11 to shoot for Dwyer. She's been problematic for the state defense. Patrick off her fingertips, gets it back, drives in, and her shot is blocked by Rivers. 1 second on the shot clock.
I think they're going to go with a lob, Joe. That's the only thing they really have time to do.
Spearman comes in, perhaps lobbing towards Spearman. I'm going to say a shot clock violation on Miami.
I think they got away with a little kick ball, though.
Right. North Carolina State getting late for them, down 10, third quarter. They've been in this position before. They don't knuckle under the pressure. Brooks with a nice crossover for Rivers. Rivers picked up by Dwyer. Collins. Now James tries a serpentine in, no good. Ball's loose, and Spearman gathers it for Miami and pitches it out to Dwyer. What a play by Spearman. Now Dwyer has it. Approaching 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
They'll settle down and execute a play and try to get a good quality shot.
Williams for Dwyer. Almost dragged the foot. 3 to shoot. Dwyer steps back, wants 3, lets it go. Off the side of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Rivers. Dwyer lost her shoe, trying to foul Rivers. They're going to play 5-on-4. Brooks behind her back, just left of the key. 3 ball on the way, off target by Hayes. Dwyer still trying to replace her flat tire. Williams has it and will slow things down. Dwyer's going to play with 1 shoe on and 1 shoe off. That's a lot of pressure right there.
No, they're giving her an opportunity to get it on, but she doesn't seem like she can get it on.
Can't get the shoe back on. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Williams has it for Dwyer. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Dwyer on the move. Here comes Williams. Better hurry, and she traveled. Went too fast. John Wooden used to say, be quick, don't hurry.
Well, this is a lot of being quick. This game, it is up and down. It is a race from the start to the finish.
Miami's missed 8 of their last 10 shots. State has missed 6 of their last 7. 10-point lead for Miami. 68 seconds to go, third quarter. Collins with 14. James with 4 for State. 2 for 14. Hayes 1 for 7. James and Hayes have been held in check by Miami. James averaging 15 points a game. Hayes at 12 points a game. Hayes has the ball right now. Collins, right side for James. Inside for Collins, and is fouled by Spearman.
Interested to see what they called this on. We'll see. Let's see.
Here comes Day-Wilson back in for Miami.
Spearman with 4 fouls. She'll have a seat. No one's ever happy with foul calls. Thought Spearman was trying to do her best to have her hands straight up and kind of just stand her ground.
First free throw by Mimi Collins is good. Collins a 1,000-point scorer in her career. 15 tonight. Make it 16. Last game out against Virginia had just 5 points. 16 tonight. Dwyer's trapped. Able to get a pass off for Day-Wilson. Roberts with a screen. Day-Wilson moves right. There's a screen by Oldacre. 13 to shoot at the elbow. Patrick throwing inside for Oldacre. That one Butterfingers off her fingertips. Collins has it for North Carolina State. It's 51-43 Miami. State trying to finish the third quarter strong. Rivers has the ball. 12 points on 4 of 11 shooting. Holding against Dwyer. Rivers on the move. Rivers from Wilmington, North Carolina, transfer from South Carolina. Dribbles the ball off her foot. Dwyer trying to beat the clock. Off the side of the backboard. We're going to go to the fourth quarter.
I don't think that is the end that NC State wanted or that shot.
Quarters, what is your assessment, Tamara James?
That at this moment, Miami wants the game more than NC State. You know, we look at this Miami team, and on paper, or in what I can see, is a more talented team than last year. But just getting everything to follow and the type of defense that they're able to provide has just been overwhelming for NC State.
Great start to the fourth quarter for Miami. A steal, a score, and a foul. Day-Wilson to the free throw line. Miami again in the steal department. 6 more steals tonight. Came in with 165, 36 more than its opponents this season. They've reached double digits in swipes 10 times this season and have 6 tonight. Day-Wilson looking for a three-point play and got it.
That's how Miami will open up the quarter, with a forced turnover and a three-point play. And now it puts NC State back against the wall. They have to have a sense of urgency in this fourth quarter. There are no more quarters after this 9.5 minutes for them to come back. And every time NC State makes a little bit of a run, Miami finds an answer.
For State, all senses have to be on fire right now. And they throw the ball away. Back-to-back possessions. Turnover by North Carolina State.
A little bit of frustration settling in on the number 4 team in the country, who will look at a team like Miami that's not ranked and not think that they're going to give them this much of a fight. But if they know the history of Miami, they know that Miami is not going away without a fight.
There's a takeaway by James. James in the lane, and it tumbles off the backboard in the rim, but a foul.
And someone from Miami just has to pick up the ball. You don't see someone dribbling the ball that many times and not pick up the ball and leave that to Old Acre to have to pick up a player like James.
James in her 74th game, 2 for 14 tonight. Hitless from three-point range at 0 for 4. 69% free throw shooter this season. First one on the wing is good for Isaiah James, a junior from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Last outing, 15 points against Virginia, and is good on a pair of free throws. Here comes Jalea Williams back in for Miami.
And speaking of the bench, Miami just has gotten better as they've gone to their bench. 18 bench points, 11 of those, which is more than half, coming from Lashae Dwyer. And so you don't really have that drop-off when you need to give a rest or when you get in foul trouble.
Long pass in front, and I think we had a 10-second violation.
Nope, that was a double dribble.
Yeah,
I think
double
that
dribble.
it was just slow to call it. It happened really fast.
North Carolina State, their last lead and only lead was 5-4.
Yeah, she kind of picked it back up when she got out the ground and started dribbling again. She almost got away with it.
54-45, Miami, 8:53 to go in the game here at the Wasco Center. Steal for Collins, been the go-to player. Now Hayes quickly moves to the left. Three-pointer on the way, and it curls out. Battle for a tough rebound. Day-Wilson had it and lost it. James missed on the three, out of the left corner. In front of her own bench. Day-Wilson had it, but couldn't corral it. Inbounds goes to Collins. Collins pulls up over Oldacre, and it's short. And Williams has it for Miami. The Dwyer on the near sideline. 54-45. Hurricanes holding the lead. Miami 9-point leaders, and a steal by Brooks. Brooks in on Williams, no. Collins about for the rebound. No, it's Williams for Miami, dashing the other way. Williams cuts to her right, back to her left. Cross-court pass. Dwyer has it in the corner. The situation is Miami 54, North Carolina State 45. 3 timeouts for Miami, 2 for North Carolina State. Here's Roberts coming up short. Offensive rebound, Dwyer had it and lost it. And last touch by North Carolina State. Back into the game will come Cox. And here comes Rivers. To the bench goes Hayes. Also to the bench goes James. Inbounds Oldacre at the elbow. Day-Wilson into the corner for Williams. She has the baseline, rises up and it's blocked by North Carolina State. Cross-court pass in front. The Brooks intercepted by Day-Wilson. To the free throw line, jumper for Wilson is in and out. And the rebound pulled down by North Carolina State's Maddie Cox.
Could not get that friendly bounce.
Here's Rivers going coast to coast, leans in and got it to go, and a foul. Boy, Rivers is smooth.
And when she's going, she is incredibly hard to stop. Just so crafty around the basket, and she just makes it look so easy.
Rivers to the free throw line. Over 70%. Had 33 earlier this year against UConn.
NC State not going away.
The 2022-2023 ACC sixth player of the year inside the conference, and ladies down to 6. And here comes the 4th-ranked North Carolina State Wolfpack. Full court pressure. Will Miami knuckle under the pressure? Williams across the timeline with 7:13 to go.
4 fouls for Oldacre. They're going to have to not put her in a position to do screen and rolls.
Day-Wilson picked up by Steele. Tailgating or jumper for Day-Wilson. Won't go. Oldacre battles for the rebound, can't get it. Brooks has it. Brooks again weaving her way through traffic. 3 rebounds for Brooks. They can cut it to 4. Brooks moves to left to Steele, poked out a play by Roberts. And last touch by NC State.
Miami not letting up with the active hands in the defensive pressure.
Cold front, however, setting in on the Miami offense. They're 0 for their last 4 and 3 turnovers in the last 3 minutes. State, the #1 defense field goal percentage in the league, holding their opponents at 33%. Trying to rely on their defense to pull this one out in Coral Gables.
And I'm not understanding why they're not giving the ball to Dwyer right now. She has a huge mismatch with Cox on her. They're just switching everything when you do a pick and roll.
Here's a screen from Oldacre. Dwyer takes Brooks in the lane. Dwyer banks it in. Good call, Tamara James. 4.5 for Dwyer. 13 in the game.
13 off the bench, quality minutes, earning her keep.
Cox for Collins. Oldacre, I believe, fouled her from behind. Is it going to be on Oldacre or is it down low?
I'm thinking it's going to be on Dwyer.
Here's another look at the Dwyer basket.
Look at that. She would definitely be my player of the game. Off the bench with this type of production. Incredibly impressive.
Collins gets 2 shots. First one up there is good. Collins has been terrific for North Carolina State tonight.
Averaging 10.9 points, and she's almost doubled that.
Second one tumbles in. Dwyer has equaled her season high. She has 13 tonight, had 13 against Alabama State. Her career high is 23 against Florida State. The lead is down to 6.
NC State very big in this full court pressure. They have Cox at the top, who has a lot of height on her, and they need to just turn this press into offense.
Plenty of time for North Carolina State. Just under 6 minutes to go and a 6-point lead for Miami. They've led just about all the way. Day-Wilson goes left and connects with Williams, who can produce a magic moment for Miami. Williams lobs it for Roberts. Back to Jalea Williams with 6 to shoot. Now Roberts has it. Roberts into the lane. A jumper for Roberts is good from the elbow.
Number 4 in the 4th quarter. Big-time players make big-time shots. She didn't even let the moment rattle her.
2 more for Roberts, 16 in the game. The lead is back to 8 as we approach 5 minutes to play. A potential cardiac event at the Wasco Center. Collins from the free throw line, it's not there. Taking it off the rim is Dwyer. Dwyer with her eyes flittering. Down the lane, and Dwyer scores! Going coast to coast.
I'm watching the game like a fan right now, Joe.
10-point lead for Miami, under 5 minutes to play. Does North Carolina State have a second wind? Ranked 4th in the country. Rivers has it. Connects with Brooks. Brooks with Dwyer stabbing at it. Out to Rivers. High arching three. In and out. Rebound goes to North Carolina State. Poked away by Miami. Ball loose on the baseline. Brooks puts it up, no good. Third bite of the cherry for Brooks, and Oldacre is there with a foul.
And she will foul out with that foul. That's just a little lesson to Jaleel Williams. Never save the ball under the opposing basket. But what an incredible effort in great minutes by Oldacre.
Here is Dwyer weaving through a thicket of defenders to put Miami up by 10 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go from the Watsco Center.
Just hustling. I'm never gonna stop, keep climbing to the top. Yeah, I'm crushing it, crushing it. I'm on my way now. It's my best self. I found making myself proud, there ain't no doubt. Start with Sprouts.
Please, can I have these, Mommy?
Finding your healthy has never been easier. Start with Sprouts.
We love our house.
Great location, quiet street.
The garage is a bit of a black hole.
Yeah, everything disappears in it.
She'll be back.
Hon, we gotta clean this place out.
See my winter coat in there? Can't hear me.
Ugh, the coat is hideous. Oh, my summer jams mix.
At least Geico makes bundling a home and car insurance easy. Saves us a ton. You find my box of cords?
Okay, honey, throw me the hose.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Herbie.
How am I gonna find a doctor when I'm hallucinating? What do you think, Fever Monster?
What about Sock Doc?
Sock Doc?
Dr. Castell has a great bedside manner.
So many options.
But Dr. Shi-chan will take your sketchy insurance. Shi-chan, 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 Shi-chan.
Thanks, bro.
You've got more options than you know. Book now.
I'm bougie. I'm like $7 bougie.
The all-new $7 deal lovers menu at Pizza Hut. Choose your $7 faves 7 days a week.
Because it's only a deal if you love it.
No one out-pizzas the Hut.
You ever feel like the only place you can find cars is in car commercials? Oh, this isn't a car commercial. This is an Auto Trader commercial. And this is one of the millions of new and used cars that you can find on Auto Trader. You can find cars like the ones on your favorite show. Oh, no. Or the car in this show. Get out the water. I bet I can even find the cars in my feed. Sure can. You can even find the car in that movie on Auto Trader. Hey, find your own car.
Hurricanes by 10 with 4:30 to go in the game, and doing this in front of one of the most decorated players ever.
Absolutely. A'ja Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces, and who's had an incredible standout career for South Carolina, 2022 and 2023, back-to-back WNBA champion. She's been final MVP this year, Defensive Player of the Year this year, and she's been an All-Star since 2018. And so what a treat for this Miami team and this NC State team to have this level of celebrity stardom right here at the Watsco Center in Miami.
Brooks, the McDonald's All-American, hits the first free throw. 10 points for Brooks on 3 of 10 shooting from the floor tonight. Second one is good. So the situation now in Coral Gables, Miami 60, 4th-ranked North Carolina State 52. 8-point deficit for North Carolina State. Plenty of time remaining, 4:30. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Miami has 3. Spearman on the right wing. Connects with Day-Wilson.
I don't think Miami will take very many quick shots during this time. They want to make sure all of their shots are quality shots, unless, of course, it's a fast break.
Day-Wilson and Dwyer writing their names all over this evening. Day-Wilson had a notion for 3, went up and down.
I'm not sure if her toe lifted.
Roberts has 16 for Miami. Dwyer 15. Day-Wilson 15. The lead is 8 with 4:09 to go. Here you go. Yep.
Nope, that toe didn't come up, but it looks so close. It's like her toenail was still on the ground.
Rivers goes left. Connects with Maddie Cox. Rivers, then Hayes. Inside for Collins, poked away. And Roberts is there for Miami to rake the ball away. Sideline right for Day-Wilson. Another steal by the Hurricanes. 3:45 to go. And an 8-point lead for Miami. On the move is Roberts. On the drive and banking, it won't fall. Hit the side of the rim, but she'll go to the free throw line.
Roberts and her continuing to be aggressive in this game and just be such the constant person that they can rely on is definitely leading this Miami team.
Roberts to the free throw line, 2 shots. Miami is 15th in the league in free throw percentage at 61%. Roberts shoots 74%.
Well, Miami's only been to the line 5 times, and so they'll take any trip that they can get there. Miami has forced 7 turnovers this half.
First one by Roberts is good. 17 for Roberts.
5 turnovers this quarter.
Roberts' second one on the way. Writing her name all over this evening at the Watsco Center. 18 for Roberts. The lead goes to 10. The clock at 3:32 for North Carolina State. Warning antennas are screaming right now. They're down 10, 3:25 to go in Coral Gables. Hayes on the move. Hayes in the lane and jump ball possession arrow favors Miami. This is a huge possession, Tamara. Miami stretches this to 12 with 3 minutes to go. That would be big.
Miami has stayed composed this entire game. And, you know, although Miami has nothing to lose, they have everything to gain. A little bit of respect in the ACC, a little bit of respect against ranked opponents, and they know that when they play Miami, they're not just coming to play another ball game. They're coming to play some of the best.
North Carolina State shooting blanks over the last 4 minutes. Haven't scored. Dwyer, baseball pass. Spearman underneath. Wake puts it up. Got it! And a foul! Spearman to the line for Miami.
On all cylinders of this game, Miami has been outperforming NC State. They just turned a full court press into an easy transition, uncontested basket.
9 points for Spearman. Dwyer has 6 rebounds. Spearman's free throw is good. 3-point play for Spearman. 10 points for Spearman. And Miami has a 65-52 lead here in Coral Gables. North Carolina State has to dig down deep now.
And really, really fast. They're going to have to put some points up, and they're going to have to not think about it and just get the ball up there to get some chances of a basket.
Rivers for Brooks. 3 ball out of the corner is short. Roberts has it for Miami. Day-Wilson on the move. Hurricanes starting to smell it now with 2:44 to go here in Coral Gables.
I think they should run a 5-out.
Day-Wilson goes left for Williams. Inside to Patrick. On a reverse. Got it to go! Patrick with a tough shot. Hurricane fans are giddy with delight. Brooks has it. Rivers. Back to Brooks. 67-52. Another takeaway.
Oh, they're out to the races.
Williams for Dwyer and a dagger. Yes! From the left wing.
And when you look down at the NC State bench, there's not much that they can do with how Miami is playing. This has been a very consistent and deliberate and inspiring effort from the Miami Hurricanes. They've been in control the entire game, and they haven't looked back.
70-52 Miami on a 10-0 run. Dwyer with a season high 17. That ends a 10-0 run. 1:35 to go. It's 70-54 Miami here in Coral Gables.
Now you hear the crowd. The crowd is up. They're active. And what an effort. What an effort by this Miami Hurricane team.
Day-Wilson, jackpot, straight on 3.
Well, you can forget it. If they're going to make these types of threes, I don't see how NC State gets back in this game.
It's a 13-2 run for Miami. Westmore just looked over at Katie Meyer and kind of gave a nod of the head like This is your night. Under a minute to go, 73-54. Miami leading 4th-ranked North Carolina State. Brooks for three is good.
It's a minute left and a whole lot of real estate, a whole lot of points to be able to make up.
Roberts with 18, Dwyer with 18, Day-Wilson with 18.
And we haven't seen this all season long. When you have 3 players with 15-plus points in this Miami season.
Rebound, Patrick, and we'll go in favor of the foul on Patrick.
They'll walk it down. That's one of the fouls that you don't want to see happen. 90 feet away from the basket. But that's just all credit goes to Patrick and all of these Hurricanes who have just, we're relentless today, pursuing the ball just on all aspects. And Lashae Dwyer with a well-received reception and a big giddy-up hug from Katie Meyer. Her play, 18 points off the bench, has definitely been a tremendous impact in this game.
Hurricanes' last top 5 win at home against Notre Dame. Miami has hit on 7 of their last 8 shots. Dwyer with a sensational game. Free throw is good. 29 seconds to go. Miami 29 seconds away from the finish line. Williams has it, sideline right. 23 seconds to go.
I'm assuming they'll dribble this out. Respect for the game.
Looks like that's going to be all here at the Wasco Center in Miami. The Hurricanes are going to upset 4th-ranked North Carolina State. The final seconds are ticking off the clock. The horn is going to sound at the Wasco Center, and that seals a shocked result here in Coral Gables. Miami has their dream come true